welcome to another episode of Wicked Easy Cooking. My name's Chef Colin Roach, and today we're going to be making wicked easy grilled lemon chicken topped with a roasted tomato jam. Awesome, quick, delicious. You can make it in 30 minutes or less. So let's get right into it and get started. Okay, I have the recipe right here, which I'll post in the comments section as well as at the end of the video. So hopefully you'll try this at home and let me know how it works out. And like all recipes, feel free to substitute different ingredients or even add more or less of an ingredient if you like it or you don't like it. So the first thing we're going to do is get our chicken marinated. So we have about 2 chicken breasts, large breasts. We're going to cut those in half. And that's going to make 4 portions. So it's a half a breast per portion. Now, if you've seen chicken breasts, I'm sure, many times before, you can see they are not flat. There's a fat side and then the tail, a little thin end of it. So what you're going to want to do is pound that so that it becomes even. So cut the chicken breast in half, put it between 2 pieces of plastic wrap, and then use a mallet if you have one, or the back of a frying pan or a rolling pin would work, something to smash it down, because what we're looking to get is these flat pieces, because they'll cook evenly on the grill. Also, by making them flat like this and really thin, they're going to cook really quick. We're not going to have to worry about taking too much time with them. And it increases the surface area so we can put more of that yummy tomato jam on top of it, which you'll see shortly. I have the 2 chicken breasts already cut and flattened into 4 pieces for our 4 portions. Now we got to make the marinade. As you'll see in the recipe, we've got a lemon juice and zest. So 1 to 2 depending on how big your chicken breasts are. So take your lemon, wash it, and then take a microplane or some type of grater and get the zest off of it. You can see all that zest coming off there. This has a lot of the essential oils in it and a lot of that great fragrance that we're looking for that's going to be picked up by the chicken. So zest your lemon. And then once you get it, all the way around, you're going to cut it in half and you're going to just squeeze out the juice. 1 to 2. I've already done it here. I have about, 1 lemon, which I think is fine for this amount of chicken breast. Then to that, you're going to add some oregano. So I'm going to put in here a teaspoon. I like to use fresh whenever possible, if you can. So here's some fresh oregano. That's really good. Marjoram will work too. Marjoram is just wild oregano. So just pull down the stem, pulling these leaves off of it. We don't really want to chop up the woody stem, which we could in the marinade, but just get the leaf parts off of that oregano. So I'm going to pull that off. I guess about 3 would work. Again, more or less if you like it. Now dried is going to be much stronger, so if you don't have fresh, just make those adjustments. And I'm just going to kind of rough chop this up a little bit, kind of open up the surface areas to bring out some of that flavor on it. All right, so I'm just going to add that right into our lemon juice and zest here. Okay, and then next we're going to add in some salt. So I have, half teaspoon or so. Put that in there. We're also going to put in some pepper. I'll put in about 1/4 teaspoon for that. I'm going to use fresh ground. Grind some of that into our marinade. That's good. And then we're going to put in some garlic cloves. I have 2 garlic cloves. If you like more, add more. If you don't like garlic, you could skip it. I've already chopped it up earlier. I'm going to add that in. Just going to add a nice flavor to our chicken. And remember, we're going to grill this chicken, so the marinade can be kind of strong. Like I might even put some fresh rosemary in here, or even thyme, because that grilled chicken can really handle those stronger flavors, as opposed to if we were poaching it, or something along those lines. And then we have about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Okay, add that in, give it a little bit of a stir, and that's it. Quick, simple, fresh marinade for our chicken. Now, anytime I'm marinating, I like to do it in a plastic bag. Just get those Glad 1-gallon sizes there and put your chicken into that. It's easy, and you don't need as much marinade this way. If you put it in a bowl, you'd need more marinade to make sure you covered all the chicken breast. But here in the bag, we could squish out the air, just leaving the chicken in the marinade, which will be more efficient and more effective. So I've got the 4 chicken breasts here, 4 chicken breast halves. I'm going to pour in our marinade, pour that over it, fold this back up, and now we just go ahead and give it a little massage. All right, just kind of rub all that around that chicken breast. You can see that getting in there, all those herbs, that garlic, the lemon juice, olive oil providing some fat, and that's it. Now just put this off to the counter somewhere in the refrigerator if you'd like, about 20 minutes, and then we're going to grill it. So we'll put this off to the side, and then we're going to make our tomato jam while this is marinating. Okay, we'll be right back. Our chicken is marinating, so now we can make our roasted tomato jam. So I have here about a pint, one of those containers of cherry tomatoes. I cut them all in half. But you could use, these are actually grape tomatoes, but you could use yellow ones, you get the purple ones, some of those, heirloom type tomatoes. Use whatever you have. You could actually even use beefsteak, but I'm going to put cherry tomatoes in there. They hold together a little bit better. So I've got those already washed and cut up. And then, as it says here in the recipe, we're going to put some olive oil. We've got about 2 cloves of garlic that have been chopped, some balsamic vinegar, and then we're going to put salt and pepper. We're going to mix this all together, put it onto a pan, and into our preheated 350-degree oven. Probably take about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is. We're going to pull that out, kind of mash it up a little bit, and that's our jam. At that point, we're going to grill our chicken breasts, and put that on a plate with any starch or veg that you want, and put the tomato jam on top. And then we're going to finish with some fresh mozzarella. Took about two of those, little 2-ounce balls, about 4 ounces here. Or you could use burrata if you can get some of that. That would be great. And I just sliced it up. We're going to put this on top of that jam, and then I'm going to chiffonade up some of this fresh basil to put on top for a garnish and to give it some additional flavor. Okay, so let's do that. So we already have these in a bowl. That'll be fine. We're going to take about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. A little measurer here, we can do it with it. So 1, 2. All right, we're going to add in our 2 cloves of garlic into that. Put that off to the side. And we're going to add in our 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. Okay, add those in. And then salt. So I'm going to put in here in this recipe about a teaspoon, and as far as black pepper goes, about 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, and we're just going to mix this up best we can. Get that, one already jumped out there. Get it all incorporated, and then we just pour it into our pan. Then we just pour it into our pan. Spread it out here. And so we put this on our pan here, 350 oven, 20 to 30 minutes. Those tomatoes are going to collapse. The balsamic vinegar is going to reduce and get kind of syrupy, and the garlic will cook and it'll get kind of jammy. And that's what we're looking for. So we'll be back 20 minutes. Okay, so we've got about 5 more minutes left on those tomatoes, and I'm going to pull them out, and then I'm going to grill the chicken. But first I wanted to show you a couple other things. One is this fresh mozzarella. As mentioned, you could use burrata if you can get it. When we take the chicken off the grill, we're going to put it onto our plate and put that roasted tomato jam on top. And then we're going to put some of this and then some of the chiffonade of basil. Okay, you could also, if you'd like, is to take it and put it under the broiler just before you serve it. And this cheese would melt a little bit and get a little brown and bubbly. So that's always an option. Now, as far as the basil goes, we're going to chiffonade it up. Now, you can buy fresh basil at your grocery store, but it's very expensive. It's like, $2, $3 for a little teeny package of it. And as I've showed in my other videos, you can grow it really easy. Get some and the Home Depot, one of those other stores, just buy a whole plant and pick it when you want. That's what I usually do. So you want to not use the stems, and then you want to take them and kind of put them all together flat, and then kind of roll them up. And this is what chiffonade is. So you roll it up, and it's a real fine, thin cut. So it's like little threads, you know, like coming off of this. So it's really fine little pieces here. You can see them all coming off here. And we're going to use that as our garnish and to add some flavor to our finished dish. Okay, so let's get those tomatoes out. All right, here's the tomatoes. Don't they look great? I got a bowl here. We're just going to pour them out into that bowl. Let them slide right off the pan. You know, you've got the oil and the balsamic vinegar and garlic. It's all roasted up, as well as these tomatoes. They're all kind of collapsed. They're kind of jammy in here. And that's going to be the base for our roasted tomato jam. Okay, so now we just want to mash this up a little bit and give it a stir. Okay, this looks great. Now, another thing, okay, once you have this done, if you have any leftovers, save it. Freezes really well, or it'll stay in your refrigerator for a couple of weeks. I love it. You can also use it on, you know, steaks, pieces of fish. I'll put it with bruschetta. I'll toast some French bread and then take this jam when it cools down and spread it onto the bread, put some cheese on it under a broiler. It's wonderful. I think you're really going to like this roasted tomato jam. Okay, so now this is all incorporated. Let's just let this rest right here and go out and get those chicken breasts on the grill. Okay, let's put this chicken on the grill. Marinated in the bag, we just have to add it onto our preheated grill. So I'm just going to pick this out with some tongs and drop them on. They will cook up really quick. Okay, you can see them. We'll just leave them on this one side, and then we're going to give them a turn in just a minute. They're going to cook super fast. 2 minutes on each side probably will do the trick. All right, so just finished grilling these chicken breasts. They look great. So let's plate this up. I have a plate here, getting ready for me to taste it. So what I've got, you can put any side you want with it. I made some rice here, and I've got some asparagus. So we'll put a little, I guess a little mound of rice. Not too much. There we go. And then I'm going to put maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces of asparagus. I'll kind of put it over here this side. I'll give them a few more. I like asparagus. Fan them out there for some color. All right, now I'm going to use this one. This looks like a pretty good one, and we'll place it right here on the back side of it. Move this out of our way. All right, so now we have our basic canvas here. Now we're going to take this roasted tomato jam, and put that right on top. Overflowing there a little bit. Maybe some of that juice. All right, and then we'll take a couple of these fresh mozzarella pieces, put them along the side here, and then hit it with our chiffonade of basil. Yum. Oh, doesn't that look good? Okay, let's give it a taste. My knife and fork here. I want to make sure I get a piece of chicken and tomatoes and a piece of that fresh mozzarella on there. Got it all? Great. That is good. I'll try it with rice. Very good. I think you're gonna like it. Especially when tomatoes are in season. You know, you got a bunch of them in your market, cheap. Get them, make this jam. Again, I told you it'll freeze. Goes on lots of stuff. Perfect with this lemon chicken. So please, try this yourself at home and let me know how it worked out, how it came out. Did you try anything different? Did you use bigger tomatoes, maybe different colored tomatoes? All of those things would be great. We appreciate all of you, and thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and hit the bell. Then you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded, which is pretty much once a week. Thanks again. Bye-bye now.